Hi everybody, this is Matthew Johns at London Putting Academy. I hope you're all well. Okay, so today's video is going to look at one of the key areas in improving your putting, and definitely one of the key areas that I see that separates very good putters from not so good putters, and that's great pace control. So there's obviously lots of different aspects to your putting, and I measure lots of different aspects here at the club with both Quintic ball roll, Sam Putt Lab and video analysis. But generally one of the big standout areas I would see that more skilled putters demonstrate a higher level of ability in would be their ability to control the speed the ball's travelling at, and therefore hit putts of different lengths with great control, putt up and down different slopes with great control, and adapt to different surfaces a lot quicker, so faster greens, slower greens. So the video on the screen here you'll see is Andrew Johnston, or Beef as you may know. European Tour player, good putter. We've worked for a couple of years now on his putting, and he's improved in all the aspects we've looked at, and putts well. And the exercise I've got him doing here is designed to help him improve his touch and improve his ability to control the speed of the ball, particularly on longer putts. I think the average length that a sort of tour professional golfer will face for their birdie putts around about 20 feet, and generally once you get outside of that, we're looking to give Andrew great speed so that he can avoid any unnecessary 4 and 5 footers for a second putt, and also increase his chance of holding those longer putts to help to separate him at his level. So you look at someone like Jordan Spieth, the big area he separates himself from the field generally is in his ability to hold putts of longer than 20 feet. So giving someone like Andrew great touch will help him to two-putt more often and hold a few more long ones, which is never a bad thing. So the exercise we've got him doing here, you'll see a few things. So down on the floor there, you'll see he's got some tee pegs. The ball, the tee pegs are spaced out at 6-inch intervals, and you'll see they're both the same distance back and through. So if I draw a couple of lines here, you'll see the first set of tees there are the same distance from where the golf ball is sat there in the address position. Alright, so just as a very simple concept to think about, I'm trying to get him there to create the same distance of backswing as the same distance of through swing. Doesn't need to be perfect, and you may see in the video I play maybe he's a bit longer one side or the other, but it's just a guide. And like anything, you know, you don't have to be perfect, you just need to be close enough so you're good enough, and then be consistent. So that's the first factor, length of swing. The other factor I'm looking for him to control is his tempo, so the time it takes for the swing to occur. Now, what Andrew and I are working on here, and I'll play this video in a minute, and you should just hear a little metronome beeping away in the background. We're working on him creating the same tempo no matter the length of swing. So for example, if he swings to the white tees here, or if he swings to the blue tees at the end, he's going to swing the putter at the same tempo, which for him on the metronome we were using is 85 beats per minute. Now you can play around with that. You may think that's too slow, too fast. Everyone's got their own inbuilt tempo, you know, the speed we walk, the speed we talk. You don't have to be 85, you don't have to be any particular number, but I think finding a tempo that suits you and that you can maintain quite naturally is a good thing. So let me just play this video through. So you'll hear some beeping, and what you'll try and see there is Andrew's going to putt here using the 2 pink tees you can see. So the idea would be that he would reach the tee, the first tee when the metronome beeps, and the second tee when the metronome beeps. So his putter should be opposite one of those 2 tee pegs when you hear the metronome beeping. So I'll just play that through now. So you can hear it beeping away there. Alright, and I'll just run it one more time for you so you can get another feel for that. So you can hear the metronome beeping. He's just going to try and get in sync with that. Perfect. And match his stroke in there, both for length and for tempo. So length and tempo help to create clubhead speed, and it's clubhead speed that hits the ball the distance you need it to travel. So you can just see, I'll just play it through very slowly there. You can see the address position, length of backswing. Yeah, you could argue he's gone a little bit past the tee peg. But length of through swing, again, maybe just a fraction past the tee, but pretty good. And I think from listening to that metronome there, you can see that, you know, he did a pretty good job, I think, of matching into that timing. So what we did from there, we got him to hit a series of putts. He'd hit 4 or 5 putts where we were happy that he matched both length of swing and tempo of the metronome. We'd see where the balls had travelled, and they'd all travelled about 22 feet up the green. They were sitting in a pretty tight cluster, so we just popped the tee peg down in the middle of them. We then turned the metronome off and got Andrew just to hit some putts again, making sure his swing length matched in with the swing length that we'd prescribed there for him, so pink tee to pink tee, and his aim from there was just to get the ball to travel back up to that tee peg we'd put in the green 22 feet away. So we're training his tempo by isolating his swing length, by giving him a sort of audio cue for his tempo, and then just allowing him to work on how far the ball travels for that length and that tempo of swing on that given green speed. So developing great touch. We then went through different tee lengths, we then varied it up, so I get him to hit one from the white tees, one from the purple tees, one from the pink tees, etc. Just give him some random practice which simulates a lot more what you're going to face when you're on the golf course. And pretty quickly there we got him rolling the ball the required distance first time, every time. The way that we can then use this is obviously as a great way of some technical practice of your tempo and how to structure your pace control. But also I think this can be a nice way to help you, what I would call, calibrate for green speed on a given day. So if Andrew used these same measurements every time he went to a new course or every time he got on a new green, he's got a very simple way then of understanding that for his length of swing and his 85 beats per minute tempo, how far the ball will travel for each of those 3 swing lengths on a given day. And for me that's great knowledge to have. It's very similar to knowing how far your 7-iron flies. You still then have to make a decision when you're on a par 3. So okay, it's a bit uphill, it's a bit into the wind, maybe I need a 6-iron here rather than the 7-iron. But you've got some numbers to work with, knowing that raw number that under general conditions your 7-iron will fly 165 yards. You can then start to make a better decision because you're basing it on something. It's a lot less vague. And I think in terms of pace control, they're having some technical understanding of what you need to do, and then having some sort of tactical ability to learn how to apply that to different greens, different slopes, different days, etc., etc., can give you some really nice structure into developing world-class pace control. I hope that video has helped. As always, great to get any feedback, so you can find me on Twitter at MattJohnsGolf, or you can get me direct by email, matt@londonputtingacademy.com. Thanks for listening and happy putting.